Wyatt, every week this Wyatt doesn't have
And he now hates The Wire. Is there anything he doesn't hate? Me?
That's debatable.
The listeners?
Love the listeners. They're brilliant.
Okay, he likes the listeners. Okay.
Especially the ones that give us constructive feedback. Actually, especially the ones that give us
You
any
must have been
feedback.
so much fun at school.
I don't know. Don't remember school.
Miss, can I have some constructive feedback?
How do you know it was a miss?
Sorry. Mister,
So-
can I have some constructive feedback?
Why would I speak like that?
Because you went from Mancunian school, innit?
Here we go now.
Welcome to the Generation Gap Cast, where we bridge or widen the gap between generations. Introduce today's topic.
To originally read out when it says introduce today's topic. That's a note.
No, I
It's
just thought I'd do it.
you're
I
just
thought
trying
it'd
to
be funny.
prove that we've actually planned it. All right, at least I am.
All right, let's go.
Welcome back to the
Generation Gap Cast.
show where we compare notes on growing up across the decades and discover who had it worse or who's just being dramatic. Anyway, I'm Rick. I'm 51, born in Manchester in 1974. Back then, streaming meant water running down the street or a runny nose.
And I'm Yoni. I'm 16, born in London in 2009 when Wi-Fi was already a human right.
Today, we're settling the big one. Who had it harder as kids? Me, the annoying... Oh, annoying... It's not even
Listen,
annoying.
I'm not going to complain. I think it's still correct.
It doesn't say annoying. I wrote it and still don't know what I bloody wrote. Right. Today, we're settling the big one. Who had it harder as kids? Me, the analog survivor, or Yoni, the digital disaster?
Digital icon. Thank you.
Listeners, you can vote by sending us an email. You can do Team Rick if you had to rewind a cassette with a pencil, or Team Yoni if you've ever had a panic attack because your phone battery hits 3%.
It's actually usually on 2% now. I start getting a bit I'm getting a bit shaky now. Do you know what I mean?
Welcome to...
The Generation Gap Cast.
Boom.
Can you stop doing that?
Every week's my thing. Who had it harder when it comes to staying entertained, or in my case, when it came to staying entertained? So let's talk about TV.
Oh, I think I win this easily.
When I were a
you
lad-
did not have Horace Henry, Ben and Holly. What is it? Nanny Plum. What an absolute iconic legend.
I'll show them my mouse trick. That will surprise them.
They'll be surprised how bad it is. So it might work.
What do you think on, so TV wise, I had it tougher, basically.
Yeah, you had it tougher.
Yeah. Can you imagine
Yeah.
actually a world where there was just 3 channels? Interestingly, of course, I didn't have iPlayer. Don't have any player.
What?
I had 3 TV channels.
1.
BBC
2,
1, BBC 2,
3.
and ITV.
Whoa.
If we'd watched a show, let's say Neighbours, and you're like,
I do not know what a Neighbours is.
it's a soap opera.
Oh, so like old EastEnders and old Corrie.
Oh, no, it was Neighbours was about neighbours.
Neighbors, everybody needs good neighbors.
Neighbours was a massive hit. So we'd come home from school at like whatever, and we'd get home at 5 o'clock, on went the telly, and we watched Neighbours. And if we missed it, how do you know, there was no catch up.
Yeah, but I just think, I think it was harder back then because you just had less to keep you entertained and you had to speak to people. All bad things. Harder back then. Point to old people. Bing!
Oh, that's it. That's just decided on, is it?
Yes,
All right.
point to old people. All right, what's next?
How about school? Now, without incriminating anybody.
I don't think school's changed at all besides the fact that there's whiteboards and laptops now. I literally don't think...
Interactive boards.
I don't think school has evolved in any way, shape, or form. Apart from there's just more...
Stricter teachers in my day?
No. I think everything's the exact same. Besides the fact, I think there's a much larger focus on mental health and all those kind of things and online safety than there was back then.
You had the pandemic to deal with.
Yeah, and you had, I don't know,
What
the
did we
Cold
have?
War.
What, the Black Plague?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Black Death.
Yeah, you had
What, the Great Fire of London in
Yeah.
Manchester. Corporal punishment.
yeah, not had any of that yet.
No, you wouldn't, because it's actually illegal. But I sometimes think that it might have been illegal when it was happening when I was at school too. But the word didn't get
Doesn't
passed
name
down.
and shame anyone.
No. Because I did that once and Grandma and Grandpa got a phone call saying that I'd written something not very nice on a new website that had come out called Friends Reunited. Now, you don't know what Friends Reunited is.
That must have been a cool website.
Right, it's like Facebook, but it was pre-Facebook. So
Like really cool.
No. But people joined it to reunite with schoolmates and you post fit pictures of, and of course it got a bit fruity. And are you doing that noise because you don't know what the word fruity means?
No, I know what the word fruity means.
I think I got the slipper once or twice.
Why would teachers bring slippers into school?
There was those terrible pumps that you would wear for PE when you were like little school. Pumps.
What?
Like the gym shoes. Used to call them pumps because they were like flat sole things with like elastic at the front. Kind of like ballet shoes, but not. Do you know what I mean? Like with a thick sole. So we'd get the slipper. The teacher would turn you against the wall, make you lean forward and whack you on your bum with a empty shoe.
Sounds like fun. I mean, we don't have that now, but we do have...
What would happen, let's say, if that happened now? Can you imagine?
Jail time, easily.
Well, yeah, because it's illegal. But can you imagine the parents not saying anything, which is what happened in all, even though they knew it was technically allowed? No one got into trouble for that.
Very bad.
Yeah, pretty bad.
So I think we both agree that growing up... Although...
They both agree what? That I had it worse?
Yeah.
Even though you went through 2 years of essentially having no school.
There are like things that are slightly harder, so like turning in homework now.
Yeah, but you've got Duolingo.
Yeah, but the turning in homework is harder because you might because there's more things to think about. But it's also easy because you have a checklist on your phone for your homework. You can look back at your homework. You don't have to keep it. It's easy to store stuff.
Don't look back at homework. I heard you say.
And so teacher can wait.
Right, okay, that's not good.
So,
right,
yeah.
anyway, all right.
And especially considering all of the care about mental and physical health. Like you said, they didn't necessarily have that back then. In fact, it was the polar opposite. So 2-0, bing. Okay, here's another one. Socially, like seeing your friends. Because let me give you my generation's view on that. Because I'm not really speaking for everyone, but I am speaking for everyone. So you know what I mean. So we can text, we can call. As in, I'm going to speak on like what our generation can do, but not everyone in our generation can do it. Depending on
explain it.
Because so what I mean is I'm going to say what lots of our generation do, but some can't because of how financially difficult it is to afford all of these things. So you can talk on consoles, you can talk on phones, you can message on phones, you can message on consoles, you can talk on VR, you can message on VR, you can talk on PC, you can message on PC, you can email on PC, you can email on phone.
What about phones?
Yeah, you can message and talk and email and like FaceTime and voice message. There are so many different ways to communicate now, and you can even go into virtual reality and technically spend a day in but out with your friends, if you get what I mean. Like you're technically inside your house, but you're still going out.
You know what I mean?
That was very good. For you guys, you did it was harder to maybe arrange certain things, but I think the memories you make not being on phones and having those times outside, doing things with your friends. Like I remember when you took me around like the local area in Manchester where you were from, and you showed me like where you used to do certain things. I have some of those kind of memories, but it's not the same, and it's not because.
Why do you think that's different though? Why don't you have those things that we did?
Because everything
no one's stopping you.
I know what you mean, but
do you know what I mean?
But like when I speak to my friends most of the night. My most memorable times in my childhood, most of them, in fact, all of them, are when I haven't had my phone. On school trips, when I was filming, even when I'm with my friends, when we're not on our phones, I would say that's when we create the most memories. And I think that's why, in terms of childhood and how technology has affected childhood, it creates new memories, but I think those ones you make through person-to-person in real life connections, I don't think that can necessarily be replaced yet by technology. So I'm actually going to have a little bit of a wild card and say it's actually harder to maybe make significant life memories nowadays.
That's a very sensible answer.
Thank you.
So because you've got more, it's actually harder to make memories. Therefore, it's worse than me, who would be able to go out and interact and do stuff.
Correct.
You're making take a mat Sit down. Just,
Sorry,
it's not
Ricky.
your room. It's an expensive studio table.
Sorry, Rick. At least I'm not putting it on the mic.
So let's say, for example, I'd have taken your phone off you before when we went to the concert the other week. Do you think you'd have actually enjoyed it, even though you enjoyed it massively? You were obviously filming rubbish video vertically on your phone, but if I'd have taken your phone off you and you weren't filming it and you were completely focused on the event, would you have enjoyed it even more?
Maybe.
There we go. I'll set them up. You knock them down.
I mean, I think I made sure. I mean, you saw me at the concert. I don't think
I spent the entire time watching you. It's much more
I don't
interesting.
think. I don't think I missed out on any of it.
No, you didn't miss
from
out.
my from looking at my phone or
You
anything.
didn't miss out, but do you not think that there's
I purposely I didn't. I mean, I doubt anyone actually noticed, but I did not post anything from the actual concert unless it was a photo afterwards or beforehand. I did not post any videos on my Instagram, not because I didn't take any, because I just didn't want to even think about any of my social media. I wanted to just enjoy the time. And I think if I didn't have my phone, it would have actually been better. But then again, I would not have been able to save those memories. You're a photographer. You know what I mean.
You know what I mean?
Very, very good.
Yeah. See, was that quick? Did you set that one up deliberately?
No, no, I didn't.
Does that earn me another point?
No, I think we get. I think it's harder to make memories our age because
therefore you've got
everyone's
it
on
harder
their
'cause
phone.
it's harder
Like you
to-
remember on holiday, we were in this restaurant and there were two people sitting behind us that literally, I don't even think they ate their food. They ordered it, took a photo of it, and it just sat there.
Yeah.
Like it's
I mean,
so
you
much harder to enjoy.
If I'd have had Instagram,
And
all
also,
that.
you also have to think, will someone take a photo of me? If you want to do something that you actually enjoy, but you might find embarrassing, you might not do it because you're scared that it might get caught on video. All these things you won't be able to enjoy. You know, not all the time. You might be able to enjoy things more in some sense, but I think a lot of the time, social media, technology, having your phone on you the whole time, having like going online instead of actually going
Interesting
outside,
angle.
it will not. You will not
Interesting
make
angle.
the same memories, or
Okay.
in some cases, enjoy these experiences you're having because you have this technology. Therefore, our time is harder.
It's a very
at the moment.
interesting and very well articulated angle.
Thank you. When my friends were on the school trip.
Trip friends.
Yeah. Oh, friends. Ooh.
School trip friends.
I think a lot of them were worried about, and I know I was just speaking to you about this the other day, about how you didn't have your phone when you were away from home.
Correct. We didn't have
And
a phone.
I
Not
think,
when we were away from home. We just
I
didn't
think
have
that
one.
also takes another worry away from you. You're not worrying about, I need to get back to my phone to message whoever this is, whoever that.
Oh, you was about going away after GCSEs, and you say, did you not have phones? How did your parents get hold of you? And you found it difficult to grasp the fact that we didn't.
Yeah, because I
We went
remember
to a call
lots of my
box and
friends.
said, call me back.
Yeah, lots of my friends when we were away with school, they were like so worried about like messaging their parents the whole time, and they didn't know what to do without having communication with their parents. But if they just go out without a phone, like go out to the local high street or whatever, they wouldn't have their phone back then, and I think that would have prepared them for experiences in life like that. I think it's a point to. I think
I'll
it's
give you
harder
that.
for our
Fair
age.
enough. I'll give you that one.
Ping! I've noticed through TV shows that like it's set in like the 80s and 90s and stuff, going out in general, like to the cinema, to arcades, to
Arcades. We had loads of arcades when I was a lad.
no, but
I used to go down and have a
no,
go
but what
on the
I mean
penny
is-
arcade.
no, but what I mean is like
What you on about,
it was a bit
arcades?
of a
What you
it was a
talking about?
novelty to go out and see a movie on a big screen or to go out and play a video
Correct,
game.
it was a treat.
Yeah, exactly. But now you can access all of that from the comfort of your own home, and I think that also makes you miss out on memories.
Have you ever seen of the old films when I was really young and kids, the parties we used to have at Grandma and Grandpa's house? Have you ever seen those the films, not in videos, pre-video?
No.
Never seen those? So those...
Oh, when you did your magic tricks.
No, don't bring the magic tricks up again, because I got a load of stick from people last night. I go, Rick, we're on to see your magic tricks. And mates messaging me going, what
Guys,
magic...
he can make his brain cells disappear.
Grandpa would set up a screen. You know where Grandma's sofa room is now, where we sit?
Yeah.
The telly is in that room. There'd be a screen on the back wall, like what you use your green screen for your TikTok videos. A pop-up screen, like a cinema screen, about the
Yeah.
same size, and have a projector at the back of it, and we show cartoons on the screen via this film projector. And then for food, we have like sausages and chips sitting on a tablecloth on the floor, paper plates. Do you think that you have more freedoms now than I did at your age.
Yeah. No, I don't.
You don't have more freedom. But do you have more freedom because you have the ability to be tracked on your tracky, what is it called? 365 thing. Sorry, are you busy?
No, sorry.
Well, what are you doing?
Yeah, sorry.
Well, what are you doing in the middle of recording the podcast?
Sorry, my bad. I accidentally clicked on a message and I couldn't unread it.
What? So is having more freedom better or worse?
I think you had more freedom.
Yeah, and is that a good or bad thing? Does that mean I win a point, or does that mean it's a bad thing because we had more freedom that we couldn't be tracked and we couldn't?
Good thing.
Parents couldn't keep an eye on us.
I think it's like the red button theory, or whatever it's called, where it says if it says don't press this button, you're more likely to press it. If your parents are more like just let you go do what you want, I think you're less likely to go and do bad things. And if they say don't go to this area, don't go to this shop, don't go to this person, I think it's
becomes tempting.
Yeah. Because then, like, what happens if I do?
How do you think we're doing as parents?
On a scale of 1 to 10, you get like 9.9 reoccurring.
9.9 recurring.
The only thing you could do better is
have a different child.
No, make the podcast more about me. I'm joking.
Okay, welcome to the Generation Yoni cast.
I'm joking. No, you're doing a good job.
You sure?
10 out of 10, yeah.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Well, you can't get better than that.
I think that point, personally, I think it's more difficult for us again, and I think that takes us to a draw.
So it's more difficult for you, even though you've got more ability to stay safe. It's more difficult for you.
Is it more ability to stay safe?
Yes. Why does your voice go high?
Because the more there is to get for a bad person.
Well, you can find out about people before you go and meet them. Like we had to actually go on the date and didn't know really what it was going to be like.
Snap location or whatever it's called, I think it's ridiculously creepy. And I think that's an invasion of everyone's privacy.
Well,
but people have it on.
Off.
You can, but people have it on optionally. But that also means that if you add someone untrustworthy and they know who you are, that's a bad use. That's where technology goes a little bit bad.
So if you have it turned off, do you gain anything by switching it on? Do you gain access? So you can't. I'm assuming you can't see other people if you've got yours off and they've got theirs on.
No, if they've got theirs on and I have mine off, I can still see theirs.
All right, so there's no jeopardy for you.
Nope. That's how I think that's really messed up because you can add someone if they add you or by accident or something, you can see where they are, and I think that's it can be really dangerous. And I think that's where
you've mentioned this a few times.
I think that's where technology goes a little bit. I think that's where it starts to become a little bit negative, and I think that's why it's harder for us. I think the negatives to technology don't necessarily outweigh the positives, but they do definitely make things more technically difficult than for you guys back then. And I think we win the point.
Does that mean I win?
No, that means we win the point for it because it's more difficult. So, ping 2-2.
Because we'll end up getting.
You have to
cancelled.
give it
Stop.
all and all
We'll get struck
your
off.
life.
Copyright.
Sorry, Noel.
There'll be a copyright claim now, won't there?
Sorry, Noel.
Okie dokie. Right.
All right, so 2-2, and I reckon a tiebreaker should be left up to the audience. Maybe they can send us another email, make it a hat trick at studio@generationgapcast.com. Send us an email. Send us when you think was harder to grow up.
Why are you pointing at my screen?
Because I just think that's where the emails are going to come through.
Yeah, it's not even on.
Let me know. Let us know.
Weird.
Let us know.
Pointing at a blank screen.
Not only do we want some.
At least point at me. Who's sitting opposite you.
Not only do we want to hear your thoughts on what we can do better, but we also want to hear your thoughts on when you think was a better time to grow up. So let us know. Email us studio@generationgapcast.com.
Okay, well done for remembering the first bit.
Thank you.
All right, should we do a quick fire thing then?
What's a quick fire?
I shout things and you say me or you, depending on who's had it tougher. Right, ready? Getting to school.
You.
Clearly me. You get a lift every day, princess. Making friends.
Me.
You had it tougher.
No, you had it tougher.
Right, so that's
sorry, I meant me had it easier, yeah.
2. Okay,
me
so
had
it's
it
2
me
all,
had
so now
it
it's
easier.
4-2. Shopping.
You.
Yeah, okay. 5-2. Watching a movie.
You.
6-2.
Right, guys, I don't think this is fair.
Staying out late.
Us. Definitely us.
You got it easier or worse?
Worse.
All right, 6-3. Dealing with parents.
Us.
4-6 or 6-4. So that's 2 in my favour. So you've got to.
Guys, the comeback's on again.
Yeah, but I mean, there's not really any comparison. So generally.
Oh, is that it?
I don't know. I mean, it's not. I'm just thinking so far it points to the fact that I had a tougher life when I was your age than you do.
In some ways, but you haven't put my points about
What's your points, Johnny?
dangers of technology. You didn't have any of that, and I think there's so many. There's obviously loads of
Well, I'm
positives.
going to go individual apps.
No, I know, but yeah,
hang on,
continue.
wait.
We'll see.
How can we have danger of technology when the technology didn't exist when I was your
Exactly,
age?
but it creates new dangers, and it doesn't.
Well, I'm not denying that.
Okay, no, but there's also lots of positives. I'm not like slamming technology. I think it's awesome, and I love it. Okay, so the final score is what, 6-4 to you. Okay, so a little bit of an edit here, like something just we decided to put in at the end for this specific reason, because it's something that just happened today. Loads of what was it? The network,
AWS.
AWS
So servers.
the servers, they all went down.
Well,
and-
some of them did. I don't know all of them.
Well, not all, but lots of them went down. And they affected lots of different things.
Yeah.
I think that just proves my point a little bit more.
What point is that? You're trying to
How
prove?
technology we're so reliant. I was trying to message my friends, and the messages weren't sending. And I was really confused.
Which
why.
service was down?
Snapchat.
Was
Yeah.
it really?
Yeah.
And so was other things like security cameras and doorbells and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. That's
And
a
I
bit
think,
frightening.
yeah, and I think that proves another challenge.
What do you think Grandma said about it? What do you think she said? Well, this is the problem, you see, when you've got everything up there in
Yeah,
the
but she's
cloud.
got a point, and that's what I've been trying to say. It creates some positives because you can have everything in one place, but it also creates negatives because if that one place goes down, then
It's probably
bad.
not just one place. Like,
No,
not
but you know
just
what I mean.
A
You-
dude's bedroom.
you know
with an
what I
Amazon.
mean.
Stop it. We're just going to get a copyright strike for useless singing.
Yeah.
I think this week's been quite provocative.
Yeah. Yes, email us at
Studio at
generationgapcast.com.
and say whether you agree with me. That'd be Team Rick.
No, you don't put that. You put Team Baldy or
Hashtag.
Team
Hashtag Baldy.
hashtag
How do you
Baldy.
spell Baldy?
BALDY.
Not BALDY.
I didn't call you Baldy.
Oh, you'll call him Baldy.
I didn't call you Baldy. And Team Awesome. Hashtag Awesome Cool.
Making it
Dudes.
complicated. Team Rick or Team Yonny.
Yeah, let's do that.
Tell your friends. Well, we need some reviews on whatever
Review
platform.
us. Be honest. I'm joking. Give us 5
just
stars.
5 stars and say what a pleasure it
And
is
say that
to listen
Rick
to.
is really, really irritating,
Oh, we
but
haven't pressed
Yoni,
record.
you genuinely got me worried there.
So I had it harder, basically, which is what we knew all along.
Sorry. Oh, another thing that was just going around today that kind of proves my point about how stupid some parts of
Go on.
technology
What's
is.
going on? You're obsessed
So,
with what happened today. Talk
I
about-
got a message from quite a few of my friends. I actually just got a new one that I haven't seen yet, but it literally says pretty much the exact same thing. And what it said, "Hello, Snapchatters. This message was sent to users by the creator of Snapchat." Of course, it was.
Mr. Chat.
Snapchat servers are beginning to get overcrowded. Due to this, we are making efforts to get rid of all inactive accounts before 2026. To prove your account is active, please forward. Sorry, it's in all caps, so I got confused.
Hang on, but how do
This,
they...
please forward this message to at least 15 people by January 1st, 2026. If not sent, the Snapchat team will assume your account is no longer active and suspend it permanently. Thank you for reading. Happy Snapchatting. Right? And lots of people have been getting that. So,
So what... who's got everyone's details?
no one, but people have been forwarding it to all people. So people have gotten it and they forward it to someone else.
So
and
you're
forward
on a
it.
list now. So what happens to when you forward something in Snapchat? Where does
It's
it
the
go?
same to whoever you forward it to.
So there's a list of people who've seen it on your forward. so
No,
you can see where
you
it's come
can't.
from.
No, you can't.
So what do the people who have sent it hope to get?
I'm guessing they hope it gets back to them.
And then what?
And then they'll be like, oh, it's gone through so many people.
And then what?
I don't know. But
All right.
I don't know. I just don't think people realise that if Snapchat wants to tell you that your account's getting permanently deleted, they probably because Snapchat can text you directly through the app.
Yeah.
So,
So we had something similar from my deep and darkest memories. We used to get things like, if you don't respond to this chain letter, so you'd get a letter and everyone who had that would write something and then post it on to someone else, and then it'd go around the world. So you'd write something, but that was kind of, if you don't do it, send it to 10 people, then may a curse be upon you, or something.
Yeah,
like
we
this.
get stuff like that.
But we had a manual version where it was written down on a piece of paper.
Yeah, so
it's a similar thing.
Yeah, but the thing is that kind of thing, it can also get very, very dangerous because there were things like, you might remember this. Do you remember Momo?
Oh, what, that weird looking?
Yeah. Do you remember how
guy thing.
dangerous that was? How it was
Or
like,
was
if you don't,
it, or is it people
no, it was
hyping it up? I
dangerous.
think the schools
No,
made
no,
it
no, no,
work.
no, no, it was dangerous. Lots of people got very, very harmed by it because young kids would see it and then think they'd have to do certain things to stop
through the
just to
screen.
protect people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how dangerous. And I think that obviously, like I said, there are positives, but those negatives are very, very, very strong.
All right.
And I think that
well
does.
articulated again, Yoni.
Thank you. I try.
Thank you very much, everyone, once again, for listening
Thank you.
to our lovely podcast episode.
Really
Don't forget,
lovely.
there's lots of others now. We've got 6
Ooh.
others on Spotify.
Yeah, we had
Apple,
6. Now we have
obviously
7.
you can see-
Ha! 6, 7, 6, 7.
Oh my god. Anyway, I'm Rick, the guy who once thought MySpace was the future.
And I'm Yoni, the guy who had to Google what MySpace was.
You've been listening to
The Generation Gap Cast.
Bobbity Bobbity.
I knew you were going to do that.
Bobbity Bobbity Boo.